I want to take the next lesson to discuss another strategy by pharmacy benefits managers in creating a pharmacy network. This is a very important part of the negotiations that go on with pharmacy benefits managers. So, we talked about the relationships between you, your pharmacy, and any pharmacy, and a pharmacy benefits manager. And now we introduce in the free market of multiple pharmacies competing for your business. So it would make sense that in a free market situation, you would have an option to purchase a drug from pharmacy A, B, C, D, or E, and they would compete on service, price, etc. However, in a lot of cases, your PBM provides you with a $20, $10, whatever flat copay for whatever drug you're going to get, and that copay may be the same at pharmacy A, B, C, D, or E. So now your competition is just based off of what you prefer because your cost is going to be the same out of your own pocket. However, and this changes quite a bit, and this is where we have network pharmacy that's in network versus out of network based on the network that the PBM creates. So when multiple pharmacies are competing for business for contracts with pharmacy benefits managers, for example, pharmacy A wants to sign with this pharmacy benefits managers PBM because not only they want to take care of you, but they want to take care of however many million patients that this PBM services. Um, so the pharmacies, compete for contracts with the PBMs. In an ideal situation, say the PBM offers a contract to pharmacy A, pharmacy B, A, their prices and their services they believe warrant more than what the PBM is willing to pay, and so they would negotiate this contract until they reach a deal. In most cases, with independent pharmacies and large retail chains, an independent pharmacy, and in a lot of cases, small chains or chains without a lot of leverage to negotiate these contracts, are stuck with whatever contract the PBM offers. So if the PBM offers a certain contract to pharmacy A, they're pretty much going to have to take it or not have access to you as a patient or customer. So the pharmacy benefits manager that you are that handles you and your company um, sets out to establish its network, and so it signs a contract with pharmacy A, and it signs a contract with pharmacy B, and goes down the line that we're they're trying to be very inclusive. So they set up all these contracts with all these competing pharmacies. Um, and as they get to pharmacy E, there's no agreement to the contract. They look at the contract that the PBM's offering. Pharmacy E says, our services are much better, so we would like to establish this relationship with you. However, the contract just isn't gonna work. So no deal, no contract. Pharmacy E is cut out. So now you, as a customer, your options are now limited through your PBM to go to pharmacy A, B, C, or D. If you choose to go to pharmacy E, you will not receive benefits from your PBM. They're out of network. So, this is to drive prices down so that these pharmacies have to compete for these contracts. So they're not actually competing for your business, they're competing for the business of the PBM. And this gives that PBM leverage. And again, remember the discussion we had about the price that you pay the PBM, and then the copay that you would pay your pharmacy and what those amounts are. But then the actual reimbursement that goes to the pharmacy from the PBM may be one thing, and that may be different than what they tell you, and then that creates that spread pricing issue. And then also we have the issue of pharmaceutical manufacturer rebates and another strategy. But here we go in this pharmacy network. This should ring a bell if you're following the news with a large pharmaceutical company or pharmacy outpatient pharmacy company known as Walgreens. Walgreens right now is they are essentially in this example they are pharmacy E. In my example, if this PBM was the Express Scripts company. Express Scripts is one of the major PBMs, and this Express Scripts company and Walgreens are not in agreement in their contract, and they're not going to renew. Well, as you can imagine, this is a major issue for this pharmacy to lose out on you and all the patients if you belong to Express Scripts. So anyway, watch the news and watch over the next few months as they hack out this contract deal. So again, this is just another strategy for a PBM to in lower prices, which is of course a good thing to lower the overall prescription drug cost if, and that's a big if this lower cost results in a lower cost, lower premiums, lower co-payments for the patient, and benefits you and more money in your pocket. Whereas, does this negotiation practice and does this pharmacy network strategy, does it relate in dollars for you or dollars over here to the PBM? And so as we watch that, these are networks, these are strategies. These pharmacy networks are strategies. We see this being done, and them cutting out pharmacies and eliminating competition, in a sense, but making these companies compete for these contracts. You see this happening. Are we actually seeing this? Are we actually seeing lower costs to you and to your employers? And that's the big question. That's the $1 million question that needs to be asked, and needs to be asked of your companies, and shared with politicians, whether or not the PBM that's working on your behalf, how much are they really working on your behalf, and how much are they increasing their shareholder value.